Welcome back to Camo Tactical HQ. I got an Independence Day box of awesomeness. I can't resist a good deal, and this had a decent price and guarantees a couple of good pistols. So I know I mentioned that I wasn't probably going to get any more box of awesomenesses, but if it's a good deal, and especially if it includes good pistols, I'm probably going to continue to buy them. I know one box of awesomeness included a pistol that wasn't so great. This one includes a pistol that should be pretty decent, so that's why I went ahead and picked it up. This one is now my longest box of awesomeness that I'd gotten. It's not quite the biggest here or biggest in weight. I think my record in weight is like 32 or 34 pounds, but this is my record in length now at 53 inches. So I was really thinking that I got a sniper rifle. I don't quite remember a lot of the options that you get in the box. I'm sort of keeping it a surprise even to myself. I was thinking I got a sniper rifle because a lot of the large caliber sniper rifles are about 50 inches and this is 53, so I thought for sure maybe I got a sniper rifle, but after picking it up and giving it a little jiggle, it doesn't quite feel like whatever I got is this size of the box. So to give my predictions, like I mentioned, I don't remember everything that you could get in the box of awesomeness, that maybe I got a SCAR, maybe I got an AK, or maybe I got a high quality M4, but I'm really thinking that I got a SCAR, this is number 1, or 2, an AK, so let's put it that way. So let's go ahead and open up and see what we actually got here. Okay, so it looks like we got some sort of vest. There doesn't seem to be a tag on this one, but I actually kind of like this one, and why that is it's sort of your standard webbing up front with some Velcro, but it also looks like, I'm not sure if this comes like this or maybe they built it this way per se when they sent it out, but it actually comes with the backpack on the back of this one, which is just a standard one pouch here, nothing special on the inside, and then another pouch here, which just has some netting on the inside for 2 slots per se, and a whole bunch of webbing on the back here. So this is pretty cool. I like this. So moving on now. And then looks like I got another Evike gun bag. This looks like the same thing as I gotten before in 2 of my other boxes. Give it the quick rundown, try to speed run it. 2 pouches here, 2 zipper pouches here, 1 big zipper pouch here with a little bit of Velcro in the front, with 2 slots for your guns and a foam divider so you don't scratch up both of your guns, with some foam padding on the sides so they don't get damaged at all. So I like these gun bags. These gun bags are cool. And I hadn't pointed it out before, but these gun bags do have straps so you can carry your guns like a backpack. Very nice. So we have a WE Tech USA professional training equipment. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so it looks like we got a WE Tech pistol. I'm not familiar with these kinds of pistols, mostly because this is not a pistol where the slide reciprocates on top. Maybe some of you are aware, maybe some of you aren't, but it's actually a sort of charging handle on the back here that works your slide or bolt, if you will. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what you'd call this kind of pistol. Do you call this a bolt? Do you call this a slide? I don't know in this kind of pistol. So it's still pretty cool though. It looks like they do give you rails, which for me personally, I'm definitely going to be adding. I like when guns have rails. Looks like you can add one on the bottom and maybe on the top here for a sight. Feeling the rest of this gun, this lower almost feels like a 1911 or 2011. You can actually take a look at your safety. Functions like a 2011 or 1911. Yep, which also can't be applied unless the internal hammer is ready to be dropped like this. That you can't apply your safety unless that hammer is ready to be dropped. So it's kind of interesting. Very different than what I'm used to. Again, this is why I do these box of awesomenesses. I think they're cool. I always get stuff that I'm just not used to. Usually used to M4s or submachine guns, 1911, 2011, 5.7, that's stuff I'm used to. But stuff like this is just, you know, foreign to me. The slide release is really far forward for my hands. I don't have the biggest of hands, but I actually have trouble reaching the slide release on this, is what I'm just going to call it. The sights on this I like. I'm not sure if there's any adjustment. It looks like that there's maybe some adjustment for elevation. Not quite so sure about windage. But I like these sights. As you can see, it has a sort of neon or glow-in-the-dark post, so that it's easy to view your target, whatever you're shooting at. And then it looks like you have a double stack mag. This is a green gas pistol. Your green gas goes on the bottom of your mag when you fill it up. And then once you fill it up with BBs, insert your mag. And again, I'm not exactly sure what you call this, but go ahead and pull your slide. It's going to reciprocate and you're ready to shoot. The grip texture in itself feels a little plasticky. It's hard for me to say that it's low quality. I guess you could say that, but it feels decent enough in your hand. It's a very solid feeling gun. And it's got some good weight to it because this entire upper here looks like it's made of metal. The lower down here looks like it's made of some plastics. This lower down here is metal. That's a good touch to it. And then with your magazine release here, your 2011 sort of style trigger, as well as with your safety grip on the back here like a 2011. The trigger on this feels a little weird. You can almost feel it like working on its inside and has a sort of crack to it. But it doesn't feel bad. It feels like a sort of 2011. You have some WE engravings here, and also it says 2021 here. So maybe that's the model. Like you have a 1911, 2011. This is a sort of 2021 pistol. Again, I'm not too sure about these kind of pistols, but maybe that's what this is a 2021. But it's pretty cool. I'm excited to try this out because like I said, I've never had one of these before. All right, so now the moment we've been waiting for, let's get our rifle. Okay, FN Hurst, so I'm thinking I might have gotten the Scar. Let's take a look here. All right, yeah, looks like I got the Scar. Okay, so it looks like we got a Scar L. As you can see, it's in the M4 style mag, or 556 as it states with the trademarks. FN Hurst licensing with looks like some serial numbers. This side is actually completely blank, which actually looks a little strange to me, but it is engraved with the safety, single, and full auto. Full auto, single, safety, which it is ambidextrous. Not the best selector switch. Feels a little plasticky, but at least it feels a little cheap, but this I can at least say is confidence inspiring that it at least gets into single, semi, and full auto. You're not going to wonder which one it's in, like maybe some M4s that are sliding all the way around and are feeling a little loose. Like I said, maybe feels a little cheap, but you know exactly when you're getting into which one of these, which that's at least good. Looks like you got some flip up sights front and rear. Your Picatinny rail is numbered, so you can maybe remember where you put your sight or your pec box or anything like that. So you have upper Picatinny rails on the side, and Picatinny rail on the bottom. You have your mock bolt here that holds, and to release your mock bolt, you just press your release and it slaps forward. So again, your mock bolt. To open up your chamber, that also reveals a rotary hop up right here, and then your release to drop your bolt. With a big magazine release button that has some good tension on it. Let's get the mag in. Ooh, okay, that felt pretty good. Oh, that feels good. Let me adjust the stock so I can shoulder this how I like it. So your adjustable stock has 6 positions. And then also in Scar fashion, looks like you have an adjustable cheek riser, as Scars do. So here's full rise and all the way out. Let's take a feel. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. This feels good. Yeah, this feels good. Let me adjust this down. Yeah, this feels good. I like this. So I might have mentioned that I've never had a Scar before. I've never even held one before. It almost just sort of feels like a different flavor of M4. I think they mentioned on a real Scar that the bolt reciprocates. And that's pretty cool. The stock does fold and latch, and it looks like the latch works on whatever position you have, whether you have it all the way in or all the way out with your cheek riser up or down, it still latches no matter what. All the controls so far feel pretty good. Everything feels pretty tight. The cheek riser feels a little plasticky. The stock feels pretty decent. The butt pad is rubberized, but all the controls are at least nice and tight, like I mentioned, even for the selector switch. That again, hey, it feels a little plasticky, but you know when you're getting in there, it's nice and tight. Same thing with your stock is actually considerably smooth, but again, the button itself to adjust it is pretty tight. So everything on this has a pretty tight feeling. And it looks like you have 5 points for a sling, 2 here, 1 here, and it looks like you have 2 points maybe for a sling right here as well. The grip is sort of your standard textured grip, but also has some perforations on the back here. Like I mentioned, it's not everywhere, it's sort of in this middle part here. When you are on this grip, you can definitely feel it. If it was everywhere, this might hurt your hands unless you had gloves. If you had gloves, this is going to be a good. And also another thing I noticed about this is that you do actually have an ambidextrous magazine release. I actually almost missed that. Just on the one gun that I wasn't expecting to have a magazine release that's ambidextrous. This one does actually have an ambidextrous magazine release, again with the selector switch. Selector switch being ambidextrous as well. The bolt release is not ambidextrous, just for the record. The magazine itself looks like it's a high capacity magazine that is metal with a winding wheel on the bottom. And it goes in really nicely, clicks in really good. I like how this feels to me. How a mag goes into a gun is huge, and this goes in no problem at all. I like how this feels. Feels very good. And if I didn't mention it before, the upper receiver looks like it's made of metal. Lower receiver is polymer, as well as the stock being polymer. I think just like the real one. Your sights have a nice look to them. And this sight I like quite a lot. Like I mentioned, it's flip up, front and back, simple scar sight. But you have adjustment for windage and elevation on the fly. I like how this adjusts. This can adjust on both sides for windage. Your elevation has a nice simple adjustment as well. You can probably see it coming up already. It has 6 adjustments. Super easy to adjust windage and elevation. This sight I like a lot. And just holding it, feeling it, this gun feels good. I like manipulating it. It feels really good. I like how this feels. Yeah, it's just a blast to manipulate. It feels good in the hands. It feels pretty sturdy. It's not the sturdiest thing out there, but it feels pretty good. One thing that I don't really like is that if you listen, you can hear a rattle, and what that is actually your charging handle. Looks like it's got a little bit of rattle in it. And depending on who you are, this might be a big deal or not. You'll have to decide for yourself if this charging handle rattling is going to be a big deal. But if you're manipulating it with all your gear on and everything, you're probably not going to hear this charging handle when you're running about or aiming. It doesn't really make a sound then. It's really more so if you're actually just jiggling it. But besides that, I like this gun. It feels really good. This might be one of my more favorite weapons that I've won in a box yet. Like I mentioned, the first blue gun that I got was not exactly what I like or what I'm used to. The LVOA that I'd gotten, the super long barreled gun. I'm not a huge fan of long barreled guns. Even this has a slightly longer barrel, which is probably more realistic to what you might get in real life. I prefer CQB variants of these guns, but having the long barrel version of this is cool because it's more accurate to what you might get in real life. So it's pretty sweet. I like to say that this is my favorite, but that LMG that I got was pretty cool as well. I'd say that in terms of quality, this is probably about on par to that LMG that I'd gotten. It's not like the highest quality, but you get a lot of features for what you're getting as well. Everything on this gun feels nice and tight, but it's not exactly the highest, most top qualities. But I do like this gun. Again, the only one real problem I have with this gun is just the charging handle so far from what I've seen, but I'm excited to shoot it. I talked about I'm going to have reviews. I still plan on doing them. I've just been really busy with other stuff as well, but I'd really like to get to reviews soon. If they have Box of Awesomenesses that guarantee pistols, I will probably get them, but we'll have to see. I'm glad I pretty much guessed what I thought I was getting. I believe I put Scar as number 1 and AK as number 2, and I did end up getting the Scar. You guys have been showing me so much love in the comments and likes and everything. I'm already getting so many subscribers. I'd like to set a small subscriber goal. I think I'm already at like 27, which is amazing. If I could get to like 35 subscribers, let's do that as goal 1. That'd be super awesome. So let's see if we can make it happen. Thank you guys, and thanks for watching.